Mics are hot. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, whatever time you are watching this wonderful broadcast, telecast, replay. The Iron Thunder Racing Network back for the Iron Thunder Racing League VRX GT3 series, live from the Sebring International Speedway here in wonderful Sebring, Florida. I'm Alex Lowe, and joining me in the booth tonight is Treston Knott.
Hey folks, yeah, we had a beautiful day out here in Florida for some nice GT racing out here on this old airfield racetrack. You know, I've been here since 1950s, so got a lot of history here, and I think we'll have some good racing today. 1950, right there on the dot.
Sebring, located here in wonderful Florida. Couldn't show you where it is on a map because I don't know anything about the state of Florida. Track length is a little bit less than 4 miles long, and there is 17 turns on this wonderful road course.
Yeah, we got a.
Let's go ahead and get
Yep.
you a quick look at your track layout real quick. Okay, so there's 17 corners on this wonderful I want to say it's like 3.5 mile road course. They rounded up.
Just about. Yep, we got a lot of hairpins along with some bendy straights and just all sorts of flat track racing action, and along with the assortment of different cars and drivers from all over the world here. I think we're gonna have some good racing.
And let's go ahead and get a quick look at your points after last week, round number 1 at Daytona. Luke Carbonneau currently has a 5-point lead over Eric DePro after winning last week's event. Top 3 drivers are your SFTV Sim Sport drivers. Brandon Pamatat currently 4th in points, 11 points out. Not really much difference than your finishing order from a week ago as the top 10 drivers score points. Paul Smith is currently the fastest driver leading with some points.
Yeah, those Canadians really came to play. They've really showed their strength, and I think it may be shaping up to be another day of Canadian at the front. But I mean, hey, you never count out Kevin Hash or Ray or any of those Americans. I think it's going to be a good time today.
Well, speaking of Canadians and Americans, it's about time we go ahead and listen to some amazing national anthems. We'll go ahead and get those rolling, and we'll be right back.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light was so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. Oh, the ramparts we watched
All right, we have about 3.5 minutes left in qualifying. And it's currently no surprise on who is the fastest driver on the top of the board. Last week's winner, Luke Chardonnay, currently is the fastest driver on the top of the board right now. With a time, his fast lap time, 2 minutes, 0.848.
Yep, I think Luke Carbonneau, I think is how I probably should have asked him before. But he was fast last week. He's running looking quick again this week. That quick time putting him at the top of the board, definitely gonna have a good start, and see if anybody else can rally one back and beat him out. But I think he's got this one in the bag.
Here's the pro who had the fastest lap of, I'm not gonna lie, about 1 hour and 14 minutes worth of practice. Currently sitting P2 about 3/10 of a second off the divisional pole lap. I'm gonna go out there and see put another lap down in the next 2 minutes 15 seconds. That could beat it. Kevin Hash, he didn't put up a practice lap time, by the way. He's currently about a second off Carbonneau.
Telling you.
I have a little time.
Yep, Kevin out here looking fast, up to P3. That's a strong showing for the qualifying for him. Definitely have a good start.
Matthew Bedell is currently in the provisional fourth starting spot, so that can change. It's unofficial. Ray Rittenauer, I don't think he got timed out in practice earlier.
Oh,
Podcast link right there. He's
big,
currently fifth.
yeah.
He is over a second off of the full time. Bringing Pamatat. It doesn't look like he's going to go back out there and be able to get her across the line in time to start one lap. He's currently sixth. Brandon Klusterhuis, who's top 5 most of practice, is currently sitting P7 on the charts, a little bit over 2 seconds off. His brother Matt Klusterhuis, teammates here in the Shoulder Boys organization, currently sitting P8. I did not run last week. He's currently 4.2 seconds off the pole time. Andy, how do you say it?
Kosalova. Andy Kosalova.
About 6 seconds off the pole time. He's currently not on the track. P9. Other shoulder boy, Chris Gale. And that wonderful looking Mercedes.
Hard to imagine a better paint scheme on the track. Out here, coming back out, trying to put a little better lap tapping down, and maybe see what he's got on this last lap.
Look at that paint scheme. Dylan Hale, the series admin race control, is currently on track. Apparently, it's not. He's singing pit road. Paul Smith did not get a lap time down. It does not look like Rob Stewart either. The session is over. They were able to start a lap time before the time period was up. Their lap would count. Carbonneau's on track. Poe right behind him. Hash looks like he's coming down into. We're gonna figure this out. I want to say he's coming off a turn
13.
I think it's 16.
Okay. Yep. You're right.
Down the long Ullman straightaway here. He's currently on his last lap.
Coming down into the Sunset Bend on the straightaway, see if he can put down a quicker lap, maybe get himself on pole.
Tat doesn't look like he's running another time. Brain Klusterhuis might have been able to get out there just in time to see potentially put down Black, see if he can get faster than 7th quickest. Like
yeah, we got a little extension here, so we got a few of them have some time to put down another lap. We have to get started now, I think.
We need to get started before the initial timer ran out. The additional 3 minutes on the clock is to let these guys go out there and complete the lap they're on. Klusterhuis, I think his lap time might count. Matt Klusterhuis did not get it done in time. Paul Smith did not cross the line in time. cost plenty of time. Looks like Brain Closer's ran a 2:02.714. That happened to be his fastest line, but did not gain in any positions.
Gaining time a little bit at a time, and you'll get yourself up there. Just smooth and steady is the key to this race. Real flat racetrack. Smooth is key. Just don't make any mistakes, and you may find yourself right in the mix of it at the end.
Technically, there's still 50 seconds left on a timer, but we're going to go ahead and go over your starting lineup for tonight's Florida GP. And no surprise who our pole sitter is tonight. It's that 92 BMW M4 GT3 Overloop Carbonneau. Starting on his outside of the front row will be in that Audi R8 LMS, the 97 machine of 0.2 of a second off the provisional full time. A couple of the 2020 mix of vehicles are out here in row number 2. You see the 03 of Kevin Hash in that Mercedes AMG GT3 2020. We'll see Matthew Badu in that Ferrari 488 GT3 Evo 2020, starting 4th tonight. 30 machine. In row number 3, we'll see that number 87 machine, the defending Iron Thunder Racing League Premier Series champion, Ray Rittenauer the second in that Mercedes AMG GT3 2020. Graham Pamitat will go ahead and start in the outside of road number 3 in that 48 machine, that BMW. The Klusterhus brothers in the Mercedes AMG GT3 2020 will go ahead and round out row number 4. Brandon will start P7 in the number 94, and Matt will start P8 in the number 24. Chris Gale, Andy Casalova will be in row 5. Dylan Hill will not technically be starting the field today, but he will be technically rolling off P11. Paul Smith, the 23rd of his guy on iRacing.com Motorsport Simulation, will start P12. Rob Stewart, I'm pretty sure he's your last starter in tonight's race.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have a shake up for a good race here today. You know, got a good mix of different race cars from all over the place, and can't wait to see this thing roll off. SFTV Motorsports Racing cars all in the front row.
They are currently missing one driver in their driver lineup. Oliver.
Yeah, I think Oliver couldn't make it out this week.
You know, there was mentions of potentially Luke and Oliver missing a couple races last week. Talking to them post-race. Looks like this would be the one that Oliver will go ahead and miss at DC International Speedway.
Yep, best wishes to him. I think we'll see these other two SFTV cars really hold up the team just like they did last week, but we'll see that Kevin Hash and Matthew Bedoya and heck, maybe even the guys on the third row. You know, I don't think anyone's really out of it.
Well, especially with any potential strategy. We saw different strategies last week. We saw Kevin Freeze after Kevin Hash had his little bit of a stuff last week. Go ahead and hit 9 laps into the race. There's always potential for strategy in these races. The strategy doesn't work out. It's for Freeze last week. The strategy is always an opportunity to be played here in these road course races. Coming in, taking the tires, taking 2 tires, coming in early, getting that field bills, reverse the race. There's always options, especially in these time races. In a 1 hour race tonight. See eventually anything happen.
Right, exactly. You know, and like I said earlier, smooth is key. You never know who may have a slip up, have an accident, and it'll really, a small slip up can really derail your whole race.
take a full pace lap around this place. I don't know if that's one of these tracks that I recently played a potential shorter parade lap. An opportunity to get some heat into these tires so when they all go barreling down into turn number 1, they're able to actually grip it down there.
Right. Definitely see who has their brakes and their tires under them coming into turn 1. Big things can happen. Big moves can be made. And after that, we'll see if they set sail and file an order and see who can battle it out for the long run.
There's an opportunity. Again, this is race controlled decision here, unlike most of our oval races. If there's enough of a pileup between the 13 drivers we have on course tonight, 12 making a start, enough piling up on track where they don't get going right away, we could potentially see a full course caution. We did not see any of that last week. Daytona being kind of a simpler track, wasn't really a track a lot of drivers potentially had an opportunity to run hours, official races, whatever it be. Sebring, I don't see, besides the 12-hour Sebring, not much being ran. A lot of these drivers could be coming out here. They could have bought the track 8 hours ago like I did. Be on it for the first time.
Exactly, yeah.
We do have the potential for a full course caution. Real quick, like last week, colors on our ticker above here. We'll go ahead and match the cars on track. The green will be Mercedes, red will be Ferrari, blue will be BMW, pink will be Audi. Is that what Eric's saying? Yep, the Audi. We do not have the Porsche on track. We do not have
The Lamborghini?
We don't have the Lamborghini, and we're also missing one more. But the green flag is in the air. We are racing from Sebring.
Good start from Luke and also from Pamitat. Gonna take it 3 wide on Eric going into turn 1. He backs out, but here comes Badua. Kevin also up to the inside, gonna take 2 wide, and Luke's setting off.
Haven't seen much side-by-side action in practice through here. Japo lost a couple spots on an initial start. Ash in P2 setting his sight on Carbonneau. Good start from Japo.
Let's see if Kevin can keep up. But Pamitat goes to make a move on Brandon. Brandon Klusterhuis in that 94 Mercedes.
Separated the Klusterhuis brothers immediately. And then she started Carbonneau. Luke Carbonneau, we asked him last week. He's currently pulling away from Kevin Hash. Oh, the biggest loser right away on that initial start.
Luke, an absolute smooth line here, but Kevin is fast. He's looking to peek up, maybe take a look and see if he can get a pass on, get an early lead. And
but also Kevin didn't have much of the live practice on the hour and 45 minutes that the league offered for him to have, so he didn't get much practice in there. Doesn't mean he didn't practice beforehand to come off.
right, and I think pretty sure Kevin has competed in some races here, maybe the 12-hour of Sebring a couple times. He's big into the endurance racing. He's definitely familiar with the GT cars. He's definitely a threat for today's win. Badua looking strong, right behind Kevin. Eric behind him in 4th.
Kind of interesting start. I want to go back and look at that.
It was almost as he wasn't ready. I guess I don't know if him and his teammate planned that, and then it just kind of didn't work. Everybody else kind of jumped it. Maybe they were going to set up for just fall in line 1-2, and everybody anticipated it and split them
I
up.
wasn't expecting the green flag to come out in the middle of turn 17 like
I think that's a very good reason. Brandon Bramatat still looking at Brandon Klusterhuis, the 6th position. BMW strong last week. Maybe didn't get to finish.
Oh,
Oh
that
no!
was
Oh
Klusterhuis!
no! Brandon Klusterhuis off the track. Oh, he's no damage.
Okay.
Saved it.
You turned around.
Wait.
You're no
Yeah,
contact.
he may be upset, but it was definitely better it happen now early in the race than later on when they're more spread out.
Let's go
Still
ahead.
lots of time, plenty of time to recover and see what's happening.
See what happened here.
Looks like he just was running
Run
good.
wide.
Just
Perfectly fine.
oh,
It
he hit
just
the.
got loose. Kind of throttle down corner exit.
I think he hit that. I think he hit the inner bumps on the back on the coming out of the turn on the right side, and it.
We have issues with third place runner Purdue. Let's see what happened.
Coming down turn 1.
Down the turn. Oh no! Gets
Like
loose
just-
under braking. Kind of a
Slow.
terrible spot to get loose too, because that's corner exit. That's a preferred line off the corner.
Right, he's in a bad spot here, trying to get out of here and get it going. Try not to lose any more positions, but he will fall back all the way to 10th position.
Let's see, about a lap ago, Chris Gilhan. Let's see what that was. That's the same thing we kind of seen with Brandon Klusterhuis. Purdue. Eventually just gets loose off of this. Yep.
Oh, yep. Trying
to break it.
Went in a little hard and braked on a wide entry and just got out from under him. He's no damage on the car. Like I said, plenty of time for all these guys. They still got a lot of racing to make it up, and just.
This also gives an opportunity for them to come out here and pull some of that strategy we got. Last week we saw Kevin Freeze, get checked up, lose a little bit of time with Kevin Hash for a Rittenhour. He went ahead and came down pit early. He gained a couple spots for that. Andy Kosalova as incident. I don't know if I can 100% trust this.
Coming down the long straight.
This looks to be the only straight.
Oh, he gets a little. Big wiggle.
Oh!
Oh! Big damage on that car. Oh, well.
The wing's back.
Wing's back. Bumper fell off. Looks like that right rear wheel is toast. I think that's going to be. Do they have quicks?
I think they get one quick fix.
They get one quick. Early in the race, it's you're going to have to be very, very careful from here on out. And thankfully, he was right there by the entrance of pit road, too.
He's entering turn 17.
Yeah. So.
This looks like Gale entering the same corner here. Turn 17, that fast right-hander. Right there, as much speed as he can.
It's a little oversteer. Good save. Didn't hit anything.
Those rear tires, so that's
It's gonna cost him on the long run, that's for sure. Eric Drapeau back up to 3rd place.
Barely chasing down Kevin Hash after his early troubles.
Yeah, bad start, but like I said, smooth as key, and he's kept up with these guys just like the rest of them. No mistakes. At this rate, it's who's taking care of the tires, who's got the long run speed, who's just who's taking care of your stuff.
Be an opportunity to save tire here because you do have Carbonell who's out front here about 3 seconds, so it's an opportunity to save that. Paul Smith had an incident last lap by. What happened to him? This does not look like entering turn 17 though. This looks to be the tower turn 13. What? What? I need to see that again. That's too far. Let's do that again. See what happened to Paul Smith here. Looks like he's just trying to speed up.
Went a little wide.
Trying to get up to speed there, and it just. Oh.
At Doritos, Ferrari went for a little ride, but he made. Oh, looks like he's still got the wheels underneath it. Can't be too bad.
The gap Kevin Hash has on Depot has widened out again. Was about half a second, it's now back 0.8 of a second, as Matthew Badeau potentially might have had another issue. I can't 100% trust this after last week. Last week we could go and click on this and nothing happened. And in this case, how like anything happened? I could be wrong. He could go. Oh no, something did happen. It's a little bit loose there. Corner exit trying to carry in as much speed there. He's able to keep it going straight without hitting anything. Great initial start for Badeau. Apparently sitting P8. Still within the points. Again, his top 10 gets points. As we're now going to focus here on the battle for 3rd. The closest battle we have on track is about 7 tenths of a second to gap here between Kevin Hash and Eric Dupont. Dupont again having some sort of issue, didn't get the best jump, best start. Wasn't expecting to hear the word green flag in the middle of turn 17. Have to come back out here and try to get back to the queue where he started. Matthew Badeau is on pit road. He did have another issue. Let's see what happened. So start finish line looking like entering turn number 1. Any tiny contact. Oh no! Just gets loose corner exit. Trying to get back to speed carry speed and just. Oh man. I don't like to see that heavy left side damage. He went ahead and took a toe. That's unfortunately gonna pretty much end his night tonight. Unless we see some sort of full course caution for an opportunity to potentially get a lap back for Badeau.
Yeah, that was a hard hit. Not sure if he had taken us quick yet, but even with the track position, he is far out of it.
And the closest battle we have on track is between Kevin Hash and Eric Dupont. Turn number 1. Another one of those fast left-handers we see on the course.
track is all about throttle control and your braking, and you gotta stay in that preferred line to take care of those tires all at the same time.
Poe looked to have the better first couple of seconds there. It's right there on the end of the hairpin, 8. Closest gap we've seen him on a while. Even closer battle, we have the battle for 4th. And attack has closed in on Rittenhour. BMW versus Mercedes here. Battle for 4th. As Chris Gale's a lap down, what's what happened here once we see what happens between Rittenhour and Pamitat? Like last week, we currently have a battle for 2nd and a battle for 4th. Involving half the drivers we've seen last week. This time it's between Pamitat, as it looks like Ray is going to go ahead and let Pamitat get by. Now the focus is back on the battle for 2nd. There's some 4.5 seconds behind Carbonneau. I think it's calmed down for a tiny bit here. Let's go ahead and see what happened to Chris Gale. Unfortunately, this might be the 3rd time tonight he's had this. Let's go ahead and go back and watch it. Entering in the braking corner behind his teammate there in Shoulder Boys Racing. It just looks like another situation we saw with Paul Smith. Getting back on the throttle, and thing is on.
Big hits, big
That's
hits.
That's gonna be a toe. That might be
the race for Mr.
that
Gale.
is race over for Chris Gale. Right now, it looks like our top 10, as long as everyone finishes, Matthew Beddoe does not get back on track, are going to score points. 10 current drivers on track. Battle for 2nd is getting even closer and closer. Every time we come back and look here, Drapeau is closing in. He's about 0.3 of a second off of Pep Nash. Trying to reel him in. What do you do here? It looks like drivers like to run wide there. 15? We're here at the Sebring International Speedway for round number 2 of the Iron Thunder Racing League VRX GT3 series. Season 1, or the 2023 season, depending on who you ask. Luke Carbonneau is currently out front. He's got about a 5-second gap on the field. And here comes Drapeau. Drapeau got the run off of corner number 17, and it's going to be potentially side by side going down to turn 1. Drapeau looks like he might have passed with ease. Gets around Hash.
Now, can he hunt down his teammate?
Here's an interesting question. What is the potential fuel window time-wise? We're a quarter of the way through the race. We're about 17 minutes into tonight's festivities. 9 laps. Last week we saw around 15 laps with the max. 14 per stint. That's the case tonight. We've got the same size track. Potentially be approaching that early fuel window if you want to come in now and see if you can log some drivers. I think we're gonna let him go here.
I think we're not far from maybe seeing some in the back. Gambling, take that gamble, see if they can do something to help their cause a little bit.
Worst case scenario, you come in, we could always see that very timely caution come out. I highly doubt it. That's our closest battle on track is a half second between here, right here for battle per second between the Pro and Hash. And it's going to take a lot for a wreck to happen. As Andy Kosalova had issues again here last time by. This track being ultra flat like it is, it just no banking to help you run those corners, prevent you from slipping the rear tires like you did there. We've seen it.
Yeah,
It's
also very deceiving.
You can go faster through there. You might have ran faster through there the last time by, and tires have another stint on them, another lap. It's just hard to gauge sometimes.
Definitely, this track tests a driver in all sorts of ways more than they think they've ever been tested.
And Klooster, who's after his early spin, has kind of rebounded. He's almost back to where he started. He's currently some 10 seconds off of his brother Matt. So it looks like Matt might have had a little bit of a slip up there. There's about 12 seconds of difference. It's now down to about 11 and a half. The gap out front is not getting any smaller. Carbonneau is just extending that lead. I don't think we talked much about Rob Stewart tonight. Yeah, nice quiet little run here in P6. After some struggles last week at Daytona.
Yeah, quietly but surely he's made his way from 13th all the way to 6th. Like I said, no mistakes, just run a smooth race. The positions will come to you, and Rob's done a real good job of that. Got a nice, good-looking purple Ferrari.
Go ahead and take a quick look at points from last week. Hang on. My little timing sheet thing says our race leader, Luke Carbonneau, had a problem. What happened to the race leader?
Oh, he is dropping back. He's back to 3rd place. So what? Car is clean. And he had a big lead. He must have. See what happened.
Oh! Oh no!
Oh no! Oh, and the car is smoking. That is huge implications right there.
He's huge. You might be able to limp it back around pit road.
He'll likely stay on the lead lap, but without a caution, that's tough.
What happened here? Really on board with him. See if we can figure out what happened. Oh, try to carry more speed through there. Like we said, the tires are wearing. Try to carry more speed. Try to do what he did all race long. He just didn't like it. Got loose.
Those bumps will get to you, especially when you think you can carry a little extra speed in there on those old tires. What a heartbreaking wreck.
And he should be able to limp it around here to pit road. That more than likely takes him out of potential contention for the win. Andy Kosalova had issues again at the same time as Luke. It's a little bit loose there in corner exit, trying to get the throttle down. And he just runs wide.
And kept it straight. Get back on the track. Oh. Yep.
Brain Pamitat also had an issue. Same lap time. This looks to be going down into turn 1. It's contact the inside wall there. Currently behind the smoking car of Charbonneau. Oh, and he just gets loose. Tires are starting to seem like a potentially coming into play here 12 laps into a run. Doesn't look like there's much damage to that number 48 machine at Pamitat. Actually, let's take a look from the rear chase. Looks like the front might have some left front damage there.
Little wrinkle in the splitter, I think, but
Could be enough potentially to hurt him on the straightaways.
oh,
We look like we have more problems here.
Ray
Rittenauer.
Rittenauer.
Let's
Ray
see what
Rittenauer
happened to Ray.
Problems all over the track.
We're approaching that 12 lap mark of a run. Tires might be saying, heck nah.
Bring me in.
Oh, he just overshoots the corner.
It looks like. Did Luke Carbonneau have another issue?
Oh, Ray gets into the wall there. Let's see.
Paul Smith, pit road.
On pit road. Now, let's give it a little bit of time to let things unfold here. Getting ready to enter back on the track. I don't know if we took tires or not. Potentially coming back out here on cold tires. And resetting his car.
Currently 8th place. See if he can fight his way back up through the field, get himself maybe a podium. Who knows? He's been fast. No more mistakes, and he can make a run back to it.
Paul
Everybody
Smith
else
did
pitting
have
here
some-
soon.
Yeah, we're doing is 15 minutes into the session. About the same time we saw last week, window opened up. Paul Smith did have an issue. Let's see what happened to his Doritos Ferrari. And this is on the front straightaway coming down into turn number 1. It's another potential situation where tires are just gone.
Coming across those bumps, step out.
Trying to carry more speed than you can carry through here.
Oh, and he just missed the wall. Great, good save. Kept her rolling. On to race another lap.
Ray Rittenauer. Coming what looks to believe turn 3 and 4. So he had an issue. Oh, yep, he did have an issue coming off the
Coming
curving
off
there.
the curb a little bit.
Those curves trying to gas it up.
I think the 48 of Brandon Pamitat is also
I think it's just his car resetting.
people having
Brandon.
an issue.
Brandon Klusterhoos had another issue. No, he didn't.
Oh.
He's on pit road.
So cars resetting, cars coming into the pits, getting fresh tires and fuel.
Car resetting
Presumably.
itself. Eric Trapel looks to be coming down for his scheduled pit stop number 1.
That means
It's on-
Kevin Hash is now your leader.
And about that 14 mark, this time 13 coming to 14. He takes tires. Yep, he's coming to take tires. So, unlike last week where tires didn't really matter, tires matter this week. This flat 17 course. 17 turn course. See. Rob Stewart also choosing a great opportunity to come down pit road here. I think also so does Matt Klusterhoos. One of the top 2 cars go ahead and decide to come down pit road and make their first stop of the race.
And that Puma Mercedes AMG. Going to get him some.
Pit road. Kevin Nash has about 45-second lead. Over Coach Pro doesn't look like he's going to lose really any spots on track besides the lead. So it looks like it's about 45 seconds in total you're going to lose. Well, I guess 47 total on pit road. So you're going to lose about 47 seconds when all is said and done. Like that came down.
We'll definitely see the lap time difference between the fresh tires and old.
It's about. It's hard to tell. On track, it's really hard to tell because some of these drivers that have spins or they come down pit road, Kevin Nash, I mean, second off.
Right.
So about, well, actually about a half a second down. His last lap time on tires. But speaking of Kevin, he's going to go ahead and make his way down pit road. And
Let's see what the right call was.
Does he come down pit road and take tires? That's the question.
I think he has to. A lot of racing left, and I think these tires are going to be eaten up by the time come around to get another fuel stop.
Look at that nasty bump on pit road there. That was an actual bump. That'd be terrible. Looks like he's potentially taking tires 2 seconds quicker in pit road, though, in his pit box. Where does that potentially... Oh, entering turn 1. It's going to be a close battle for the lead here. Oh, Tapolo goes around! No!
Oh, no. Oh, gosh.
Right when we click on him, right as he's potentially coming out on pit road, right behind Kevin Nash, he has an issue entering turn.
Big incident here. Costly mistakes. Gathered it up. Clean car though.
It was a slight spin, enough to anger those rear tires. And trying to keep up with Hash coming off the pit road. Carrying too much speed into turn 1.
Just slid him a little bit. And see if he can hunt down Kevin Nash.
Let's see what happened at Blister Goose.
Currently, he was running 7th place, runs wide, going into it.
I mean, that's where you're supposed to run.
We've seen it. Yeah, we've seen it.
Oh no!
Oh, he thought he had more room. Looks like his car may be okay.
Doesn't look like it's a hard enough hit. You don't see smoke coming out of the rear end.
Engine's
Should be
fine.
Right now, or the second time this race, third time this race, looks like it has some problems. Oh, he's just on pit road. And now he bumps. Carbonell has made his way back up to Habitat here in P4. Everything's kind of cycled out.
He is 15 seconds off the leader, and he is coming.
Go side by side into turn 17 here. Crossover move potentially being pulled here by Pamitat. Doesn't really work as Carbonell.
Habitat's going to stick in the draft of Carbonell and see if he can follow his tracks
He's
right
gonna
up.
set it in there.
What?
Carbonell just has a little bit of a flashback of.
I think Carbonell was being a little easy there. I don't know. That was mighty awful early braking. Settle back here in the 4th. Have to hunt the 48 of Brandon Pamitat back down.
If these two do get together, Rob Stewart is only about 3 seconds behind him. He's within,
He's waiting.
Screaming distance if anything happens between these two.
Absolutely, he's vying for that podium spot if one of those makes a mistake, and which looks like Carbonneau's gaining some time back. Looks like he may be taking a look to the inside. Thinks twice about it. Gets a good run. Oh, Hammett a little loose. Carbonneau around the outside,
Side
but
by
he'll.
side through there. Oh no, he clips the grass!
Oh.
Oh
Oh.
no!
Oh no!
That's problems we were talking about. Stewart's gonna
Big,
capitalize.
big problems. That's what Rob Stewart was waiting for. I didn't think it was gonna happen though. So.
Hammercat gets a tiny bit loose there. He's gonna run a tiny bit wide.
Hit the clip. I mean, really nothing Pam Attack could have done. Once you get in that grass,
you're not
it's
stopped.
no, you hit the brakes. It's almost like it speeds up. It's you feel helpless. Not sure if it looks like there may be some right rear wheel damage. Yeah, it looks to be crab walking a bit, a lot. Yes.
He's already potentially used his one quick race.
All that work to get back up. It's part of it. I mean, I imagine.
Pretty sure Hammercat also might have took his quick fix there.
Yeah, a little wrinkle on the front. He definitely got away with that right there.
That's damage. It's keep telling me Carbonneau has problems, but it's just him going slow around the track. Due to that right there damage.
Man.
Winger last week was having a dominating performance tonight.
Sat on the pole.
Might come to end early. You know, I think they only get one quick fix. Tires are up in the air on that machine. I had to guess it's night over. It's gonna be enough damage to.
Not the night he was looking for, but
again, every driver who's going to finish tonight in top 10 might get points. It's not going to be the 25 points to get points. It's only be 1 point.
Right. Kevin looks to be putting a good points race in for the championship as he leads about almost 7 seconds over Eric Drapeau. He's run a smooth race so far. Looking good out there in that Mercedes.
Capitalizing after Drapeau had a spin, well, pretty much closing in on him on the end of pit stop thing. Just able to keep that 6-7 second gap he got from that. Matt Klusterhuis currently running 7th now, has some issues. Let's see what happened. He already had some rear end damage. Oh, it's just one of those high speed. Try to run it through there with speed, braking.
Just. Yeah, sometimes you'll try to dive it in there deep and you find yourself turning and braking too much at the wrong point, and that rear end will come around all day long in those flat corners like that. But no damage, it seems. You gathered it back up. Andy Kosalova back on track.
Looked like he said it had issues, but it was just him getting a clean car. Oh no!
No, clips the wall a little bit.
This is actually happening live.
That just happened.
This just happened. Let's watch this again.
Oh man. gets a little loose there. He's battling that car.
Yeah, it's
Gets the
just literally just
grass,
clips the grass with the right rear, and
clips the wall, and slaps the right rear again. I imagine that
that totally is
that
a rear
was
toe
broken.
link.
It's not wanting to
He's not
move.
going anywhere.
That's not the night Andy Costello wanted. Gonna have to tow.
Paul Smith looked to have some issues too. Doesn't look like he really had issues in the car. But Matt Kluser, whose night keeps getting worse. Let's see what happens here.
Coming through the same section we've seen all night. Same thing.
Kind of carry speed through there.
Like I said, it's a tough track. It's deceiving. You think you can go deeper in there, and you just find yourself braking at too deep, and you'll come around faster than you know it.
Top 7, by the way, are on the lap. 8th on back are a lap down. Carbonell and Casalova are currently on pit road. Carrying damage. Paul Smith currently 1 lap down. Sorry, it's only 1 lap down. Only Carbonell. Drapeau has closed in a tiny bit on the battle for the lead. Battles in quotation marks there. As it's down to about 6 seconds. It closed in about a half second. More here as it's turning 17.
You know, you have to think as Kevin kind of used that spin by Drapeau to his advantage. Maybe the big gap he's had, he's kind of been just riding and taking care of his tires. He's not really having to push it with the gap that large. And we'll see if Drapeau can keep gaining on him.
His last lap was about a half second slower as Ray Rittenauer has an issue there. What his issue here is in turn 1 4.
Looking good so far. Yep, just a little. The rear end came around. Gathered it up, didn't hit anything.
This time trying to get back out on track with the leader going by. We're seeing Drapeau where we're watching him live here go by. That puts Ray the second car 1 lap down P8. If, and I say if, for a full course caution, from that situation, potentially being a lap back. If there is a sort of lucky dog free pass in a series, I don't remember reading that in the rulebook.
Right, but I think we'll be running this green out. Spin here, spin there. It mostly seems to be just small incidents.
Ray run wide there. He's able to keep it going. Looks like that's kind of doesn't send around. Down the Ultimate straightaway here. And he turns 16, 17. I do believe that we pull up the track layout real quick. The sun set bend, only turn 17. That's turn 17.
Coming back onto the straightaway. Press stretch.
Drapeau is cutting in to Kevin's lead. Got about 18 minutes left in this, about 9 laps to go according to my timing and scoring sheet here. Potentially might need 1 more pit stop. Evan could potentially coming around here saving some fuel. This is an interesting thing. That first stint was about 15 laps, so if my timing and scoring, I don't know if I can you guys can really see this if I pull it over here. My timing and scoring. I know you can see it, Tress.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't really do it over here on the broadcast.
So they've run about 6 laps now.
We ran about 6 laps on this current stint. It's saying right returning laps, about 2 minutes per lap, 17 minutes lap. We see about 9-ish laps to go. Right on.
It's gonna be a close one. We'll see who's saving and see who's calculated this all out right. And Drapeau is gaining quick, so we'll see how it shapes up here. Down to almost 16 minutes left. It'll be here before you know it.
I want to go ahead and give a quick shout out to Rob Stewart. For all
Great drive.
You said you need to keep. Oh no! We have problems here. It says Kevin Hash.
Oh no!
Hold on,
Right,
click on
us. Currently second.
What happened to Kevin?
12 seconds and dropping back. Oh gosh.
Oh no!
Coming back on the stretch.
Oh!
No. Big damage for the
What's
Mercedes.
right near pit
from
road?
Kevin Hash. Right near pit road.
Oh no!
Oh. Man.
The only plus side of it is right next to pit road. Right. Next to
He
pit
is right
entrance.
there. He hasn't used his quick. This throws out having to worry about fuel for him, so he can
come down pit road. I don't know if he's can't take tires. He stopped 28 seconds. Oh, he might have accidentally used his quick fix.
Oh man.
And quick fix, unless you go and mess with the app INI files, doesn't just automatically turn off unless you turn it off. But
Coming out now.
6-second stop for Hash. Blues Fierce is also coming down this opportunity to come in for 4 fresh tires. Cameron Cat also came down pit road, who I'm assuming was 4 tires. Potentially not taking any risk here. It's only a fuel only stop. But back to what I was going to mention here. You said keep it clean, keep it on course.
That's what Rob Stewart has done. 13th to 2nd place. He has kept that.
Race.
He has kept that purple Ferrari clean. I don't want to say too much. Don't want to do a broadcaster jinx on him, but
I'm gonna go up find
big shout out to him. I got one right here. I got you. So.
Gotta give him a shout out here as they come into turn 17. You see the drivers have some issues here. Kevin Hash, most notably the last time by.
And like the last stint, you gotta think about these tires are starting to get broken in a little bit. People have, not taken care of them as much. You never know how wore out they really are. You may start to get a little overconfident. And they may not be there for you.
Approaching about halfway into this stint, as again turn 17 plays another victim here. Claims another victim.
Yep. Oh. Close call.
Bad spot
Paul
to be
Smith.
spun around. Just a slide. But quick by was able to keep it going. Not tonight Ray probably was hoping to have.
Not at all, but on the bright side the car is clean. And nothing to take him out so far, out of the race completely, at least. Anthony Kloosterhouse running good again. Back up to 5th place.
Challenged by earlier here. He did come down.
I imagine
4 fresh tires.
Right, I think he's getting close to pitting. Seeing as Brandon did last time. Did he come down? No. Staying out there for now.
Brandon is on 4 fresh tires. I'm gonna just guess that Kevin's on 4 fresh tires. Like he's some minutes behind. Unfortunately, the only potential driver who could potentially make anything of this with their current gap behind the leader,
Rob Stewart.
Rob Stewart, 21 seconds
Is he-
behind the leader. As Bray goes around again!
Oh, same place. Gathers it up, keeps it straight, keeps going. Those
Just a
tires.
slide.
Yep, just slide.
Those rear tires are currently screaming out, saying, please just come down pit road or, if anything, 2 rear tires on me.
That car's driving terrible.
We're approaching 11 and a half minutes remaining in the session tonight. About 5-6 laps to go, give or take. It's hard to tell with the time limit here. iRacing, go ahead and just display the white flag halfway through the lap.
I think the close to who's battle's closing up a bit now.
That's about 0.6 of a second.
Okay.
Brandon is closing in. 2 Mercedes here. From the Shoulder Boys Racing Club.
2 of those 3 Mercedes still running.
Oh, Matt had some issues here. Oh, he's. Oh, no.
Oh, I'd hate to be in that chat.
Oh, Brandon ran wide.
Oh, they're gonna gather it up, keep it going.
I
Close.
actually love to hear what was going on with those 2.
Close one for those 2. I'm glad. Everyone's glad that didn't unfold in a different way.
Oh, Matt overshoots turn 17. The sunset corner. Sunburst, whatever the heck it's called.
Sunset Bend.
One.
They like I said, that smooth is key, and when something happens like that and disrupts it, it kind of like bursts your little bubble of smoothness, and it leads to other mistakes like that. It has happened to me, certainly. You know, you get in that rhythm, and then a little disruption, it'll throw off what you're thinking about.
Eric DePro is currently out front after the night where we've seen the leader spin out of the lead twice. Eric has half spin himself coming to turn 1 at the end of pit stops. Really has about a 22.5 second lead over Rob Stewart. The biggest move, probably driver of the day. Race was finished right now. Graham Pamatat currently sitting P3 in that BMW of his. Sorry, P6. Had his struggles tonight, including a dust up between him and Luke Carbonell. I think Carbonell might be back on the racetrack. I think he is. He's currently in front of him. Yep, that could be something interesting unfolding here. Kevin Hash, after his little bit of a spin, contacted the wall, about a minute 20 seconds behind him. Frank Listerhouse back in the top 5. Kind of a rebound type of race for him today. Back to Listerhouse making his first start of the night, currently sitting in P6. Not a bad start. Had a couple of mistakes on his own end, but that car is still out there running pretty gosh darn good. About 8.5 minutes to go. Paul Smith, 1 lap down, currently sitting P7. Ray right now not having the night he probably was hoping to have. A couple of half spins, contact with the wall, currently sitting P8. We mentioned what happened to Luke Carbonell and Andy Koslova still out there. Might be 7 laps down, but this guy has the determination to come out here and finish.
Hey, yeah, you finished what you started, and props to Koslova and all these guys. It was. I think Rob Stewart is. I don't know if I've seen him spin tonight. There may be another one out here that hasn't spun tonight, but a lot of these guys have had multiple spins that definitely could have ended their night, but kept their composure. They're all still out here. That's what it's all about. Just gotta hang in there.
Now the question becomes, we're approaching 12 laps for the top 2. They're actually on their 12th lap. 14 coming to 15. So anywhere between the next 5 laps. Technically, the service says it's about 5 laps to go. Is there questioning if they have enough fuel to make it to the end, or if they're just going to go out there and hope they can coast to the start-finish line if they're close enough?
Well, I sure hope that they have a lot closer guesstimation than we do, but with everything that's happened, you know, all the spins and all the different leader changes, you know, different gaps that people have gotten to work with as far as being ahead of other people, adding up to some of them may have been saving fuel. I think these top two
They're pretty safe.
they have enough gap. I think it's really going to come down between which one of these two pit first, or if one of them,
or if they're able to save them.
if one or if both of them, and you know, they may have ran this out right where they can coast to a finish in 1-2.
In case you're wondering, a right rear tail link on the GT3 car, about the same amount of repair time as on the next gen car. Carbon nose repair was about 8 minutes in pit road. It's a pretty consistent thing there actually has.
Yeah.
Repair time. But it looks like Rob Stewart's gonna go ahead and come down.
Oh,
Saying he
okay.
doesn't have enough fuel.
I think that may relinquish second to Pamitat.
It was 5.5 to go. You just think it's enough fuel to make it, right?
Could, or if
Tires are not going up on this Ferrari.
maybe just get enough fuel to make them to the end.
7.8 seconds in this box, about the same amount of time that Pamitat was on pit road for.
I think these two may line out. Still got about a 15-second. Yes, 17-second gap.
We know that Rob is good to the end.
Yeah, Rob's good. I think the big question is Eric.
Currently out there 13 laps on the run. Matt Klusterhuis is also out there in 12 laps on the run. But he's also potentially safe. He could also go on a lap down potentially. There is that potential. Matt Klusterhuis going a lap down, potentially saving from having to run that last. They're approaching 3 to go. Give or take. 2 to go. 3-1 to go for all I know. 2 minutes around this track. Coming into turn number 17 is the leader.
Eric, after that, you know, we talked about him at the start. He's coming down to pit road.
Well, the question is, he has a 50-second lead. If he comes down and puts tires on it, it's a 40-some second pit stop. 47 seconds. You have a 3-second gap. So it's really up to him if he wants to put tires on.
I think he's got to come in and take fuel. He's got the gap. You know, coast these last 3 or 4 laps.
This looks to be fuel only for Eric.
You know, he started on the front row, had that start mishap. Still, you know, we're not sure what happened, but fell back to 4th. Had a
6.4 seconds in the pit box for him.
Short
Ray
stop.
Rittenauer, for about the 12th time tonight, had a problem. This corner again runs wide.
Ooh.
That might just been enough for him to say adios.
Yep.
I
think that's all she wrote for Raymond Rittenauer.
I think should be fine to have potentially 3 to go. Potentially could lose P9 to Luke and Andy.
It's gonna be close.
It's the same gap.
Yeah, they all timed it out.
24-second gap. About the same time on pit road. 0.2 seconds quicker on pit road looks very
Shout out to Eric. He finished second to his teammate last week. Luke was definitely in the mix today. Certain things took him out of the equation, but Eric had his own battles to face today, and he overcame them and still running good here with about 2 minutes left. Just gotta, as he hops the curb a little bit.
I wonder if that's. I don't think that's a time game penalty at all.
I don't.
I highly doubt they give him a time game penalty for that.
I don't think so. If so, though, he definitely has the gap to second place to be able to afford it. Goes a little wide and turn 17 as well.
Ultra wide there.
If, maybe those old tires are really starting to get to those, but you gotta think Rob is on the same strategy, so he's fighting those old tires as well. It's all about who can just keep it underneath them and just get to the finish. You got about a minute left. Just gotta get to the end.
Matt close to Hoos for about the same number of times that Ray Rittenauer had problems tonight. Has problems again. Pit road, never mind.
Coming in, top off, a little fuel.
Hate to say that was a problem for him. With 56 seconds remaining, this is more than likely coming to complete lap number 29, coming to 30. More than likely, if I had to guess, comparing the tires and time and score, we're currently on the last lap. If I had to guess, I think I shot in the dark. 40 seconds left. They're going to get around this course. Not those 40 seconds. Go ahead and.
Gonna be real close. We may get an extra lap. We may be coming to the checkered here. Or do they do two laps after the times?
It's hard to tell with that. I was trying to figure it out last week at Daytona, and thought there were two to go, and yet there wasn't two to go. They were on the white flag.
He's coming right
over.
here.
ATVO says they're on the final lap.
Final lap. Coming to the checker here.
15. Eric Poe.
Onto the straightaway. Backstretch.
Persevere most of the night tonight. Watch his teammates spin out, has some damage in turn number 1. Trying to potentially close a gap on Kevin Hash at the end of the first set of pit stops. Spun out himself, but coming off of turn number 17 for the final time tonight, Eric Poe, winner of the Florida GP. Now, watch it be wrong. Watch it stop.
Yep, it looks like they're finishing up. Great finish for Eric in that SFTV 97 Audi, and out of the final turn, Rob Stewart, 76 Ferrari. Great race, finish second place all the way up from 13th. Biggest mover of today. Great race by Rob.
Had a clean race, exactly what you told him to do. Your keys to the race.
Right. That's what I said. He must have heard my keys to the race. He was smooth all day long. Pamitat coming home third place in that BMW. Great race for him. Good recovery. Few mistakes, but he kept in it and got home a nice finish. Kevin, hate it for him. He was so close. Oh no! That's what he feels about his race as well. He had it. It was close, but that the old tires they'll get you on this track.
Now if you turn 17 for the final time tonight, Grant Coaster Group did have a couple of issues, but he's going to go ahead and round out the top 5. Let's see, Frank for the Florida GP.
Get that car clean. It's a clean car, and not a few mistakes, but overall no big incidents.
All right, before we pull up our winner and P3, those two are in chat. Let's go ahead and not look at the results, I guess. Which results? There's no results. We'll go ahead and run over your results tonight. Eric Chapeau is your winner. Rob Stewart finished P2. Pam Tat finished P3. Kevin Hash P4. Brandon Klusterhoos rounds up top 5. Matt Klusterhoos, Paul Smith, Ray Rittenauer, Luke Carbonneau, and Amy Kosalova. These are your top 10. Those are all 10 drivers who decided to stick it out and finish the race tonight. Matthew Bajo, Chris Gale had issues early on tonight and was unable to finish. Results don't load.
Overall, great racing tonight.
No,
I mean,
qualifying result.
There we go. That's the starting lineup, or your results.
That's the result.
Rob Stewart, like I said, started 13th, finished second. What a race! But your winners, Eric Drapeau. Great race by him. It was a battle of the fittest, as we see Eric doing a little celebration here. The cameraman.
We're gonna get there. Oh!
Oh! There's been a
vicious
accident.
You probably make sure he gets the A-OK out of the medical center before we pull him up in the booth.
Your winner has been obliterated by his teammate, and I think that was just their way of saying congratulations. I'll get you next week. Luke obviously was dominating in the beginning of this race, but didn't get to finish. He was really hoping for.
But you won't know got the finish they were hoping for. That number 97 machine of Eric Chapeau.
Congratulations, Eric Chapeau. What a race, man. Hell of a finish. Nice win, man.
Yeah, thanks, guys. It was an exhausting one, to be sure.
Was the track as hard as it looked? I mean, absolutely no banking out there to catch any slips or slides.
There are some curbs that can save you, but they can also throw you off, so it's a very challenging track. It's one where anything that goes out of your way can be a race-ending crash, and it happened to Luke, which got the quick fix. He then got run over. I'll have to see the replay on that one, whatever happened. And then Kevin spun, and even myself, I spun at turn 1, but managed to keep it out the wall, got it restarted. That's screwed up the new set of tires I just put on, but I knew it was going to be one of those where race pace was going to be important, but keeping it on track and avoiding major mistakes was going to be key.
Was tires more important this week than last week?
I feel like this week we were on the edge of being able to, run the full hour on the same set of tires. We pitted and had 60% left on the fronts. So it could have been possible, but risking it and getting a flat tire and having to come back and put new on at the end of the race was too much of a gamble. So the safer strategy was just to take tires on the first stop, and it worked out. Got unlucky with the spin, like I said, but once I saw Kevin go out, I knew it was all about keeping it on track.
It definitely seemed as the tires got older, those turn 17 and turn 1 especially, what we saw.
Those fast
going across those bumps, it seemed to really upset the car a lot. Do you have any issues with that as far as as the tires wore out? Or is this more of trying to conserve your tires? Like I was telling Alex, I think the biggest key is just being smooth. At a track like this is your biggest friend to just take care of your car and get in a rhythm almost.
My fastest laps came in halfway through the second stint. I ran low 201s, but I was chasing Kevin actually. So I know by the end of the race, it's one of those where you mentioned 17 and 1. Those are high downforce corners, and you have to be committed through it. And it's one thing where you're trying to save tires, save fuel, manage the race, manage everyone around. If you don't go fast enough in those corners, you won't have that rear downforce, and that's where the rear end can step out.
Exactly.
Tire wear makes it worse, obviously, but it's all about staying committed, staying confident that the car is going to do what it's supposed to do and not overcook it, which is exactly what happened to me in turn 1. But yeah, it was a challenging one for sure.
Eric, before we go ahead and let you go and celebrate your win with Luke down there in your chat. Is there anyone you want to thank?
Well, obviously everybody at the SMTV Sim Sport team. Luke Olivier is out of town for the week. He's going to be back next week for sure. Big shout out to SFTV, your sim racing reference in Quebec. We'll be back broadcasting races in French as well in the fall, so that's going to be good. Thanks to you guys for the broadcast and everyone at the ITRL for putting this up.
That is your race winner tonight, Eric Chapeau. Congrats
Awesome
on
win, man.
Thanks,
win here
boys.
tonight. Go ahead and move him back into his chat. It looked like Rob was in here for a brief second. Rob, if you're watching broadcast and you want, and if you go ahead and hop into one of the available chats to hop into, and we can go ahead and pull you up in here. But currently, since you're not in here, we're gonna go ahead and hop down to P3 in Brandon Pamitat. He's, well, actually, Rob just joined in. Let me actually.
There he is.
And let's go ahead and get Rob as he pulls right in, right as move.
Maybe been watching.
Booth. And here's P2 tonight, Rob Stewart.
I think his Rob. I think your mic is muted.
All right, I'm here. You guys
There
got
you
me?
go. Gotcha.
We got you, Rob. Congratulations on your P2 finish. Now you biggest mover throughout the field, actually, coming up from P13. How'd you do it?
Well, looking at the speed charts there, I think I had a little help with the, unfortunate.
Still there, Rob?
I am here.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Like I was telling Alex, I don't know if you watched the beginning of the stream. One of my keys on this race is being smooth and just minimizing mistakes. And I was telling, we were talking about earlier, you pretty much epitomized that. You kept your car clean, kept it on the track. As far as I saw, you may have had some instances, but nothing that caught our eye. And that,
I was pretty proud of myself. I didn't have any
you did a
incident points.
great job.
Finished tonight with a 0x.
Yeah, got kind of lucky there. But yeah, just tried to take it easy, and unfortunately, capitalized on some others' misfortune. I saw a couple guys take each other out in one of the corners and was able to slide by. So yeah, just trying to race the track and not race everyone else. And I thought I put a quali lap up, and when we went to race, it put me at the back without it. So I must have dipped a tire off in qualifying. I didn't think I did, but it's okay.
Hey.
Extra challenge.
Hey, look, you made it look easy, man. Like you said, you race the track. That's what I like about these GT cars. It's so more racing the track than you really can't focus on what others are doing. You got to run your own race, and you did that. You had some drama, like you said. You saw some other people take them, get in an incident with each other, and you just kept on going and took that good looking purple Ferrari. I like it. Just P2 and had a great day, man.
And the last thing I'll leave you with is, I spent probably that last pit stop. I was racking my brain whether I wanted to take tires or not, and I decided to go gas only. And I don't know that would have made much of a difference either way. Brandon was kind of far behind me at that point. He had a little misfortune there, I think. But great race with you guys, and thanks for an awesome second place finish. I'm an independent. I don't have a team to thank except my family, so it's all good. Go Navy.
Hey, go Navy, man. Have a great night.
You too. Thanks, guys.
That was our runner-up finish tonight in Rob Stewart. Congratulations on your P2 finish tonight, Rob. And Brandon Pamitat was here. Now he's gone. So if there's a chance he's watching the stream and you want to interview, go ahead and pop back in here. Otherwise, we're going to go ahead and end the broadcast for tonight. We saw a little bit of everything tonight.
Yeah, good finish, Pamitat. If you're watching this, it was good racing. A lot of misfortunes, but like we were saying, like Rob said, you got to race the track. You got to be smooth. You got to take care of your stuff, and definitely saw a lot of that. And the people who minimized those mistakes ended up front. I mean, even Pamitat, he did have a big one, but I think that was his only one. So he ended up with the P3.
That is correct. Well, that's going to end it here for us this week for the Florida GP. We'll come back next week from Laguna Seca, and I think there's a corner on that track that's going to give some drivers some issues. That'll do it for us here tonight on Iron Thunder Racing Network. I'm Alex Lill.
And I am Tristan Ott.
Fantastic.
Have a good one from
We'll go-
Sebring.